I'm so sick and fucking tired of hearing about privilege. Privilege isn't being white, bonehead. Privilege is living in government housing and calling people oppressors while they pay your fucking bills. Get it? I'm done pretending that any of this bullshit makes sense. You want to talk about privilege? You want to talk about real privilege? Real privilege is wearing $200 sneakers when you haven't worked a day in your life. Privilege is walking around with $300 Beats headphones while you're living on fucking food stamps, while you're on public assistance, and it's paid for by people who wake up and grind every day. Privilege is having the latest smartphone with unlimited data and having zero idea where the bill goes because somebody else is always picking up the tab. Privilege is being able to protest every little thing that offends you without worrying about calling in sick to work because you don't have a fucking job. Privilege is being able to cheat, lie, fail over and over again in life and still get bailed out while people who play by the rules get punished. That's privilege. This isn't about race. This isn't about class. This is about accountability. We've got a culture that rewards victimhood and demonizes work ethic and responsibility. Meanwhile, the people holding everything together for the rest of society, they get taxed into the fucking ground. Their businesses get choked by regulation, and they get personally vilified for speaking up and saying that this is bullshit. You want to talk about privilege? Then start with the people who've never paid the price, but who also scream the loudest. Because they've never had to build anything, they've never had to defend anything, they've never had to carry any real weight. And the reason they get away with it? It's because we don't live in a society of strong men anymore. No. That's been dismantled on purpose over the last 50 years. Because a society of strong men would never put up with any of this bullshit. And that's exactly why they came after us first.
Yo, so we back in here for another edition of F-ya-Motha, and that was a man that clearly suffers from DWS, dumb white man syndrome. He said privilege is not being white. And on the contrary, it actually is. Let me just read off the dictionary definition of what privilege is: a special right, advantage, or immunity granted or available only to a particular person or group. So the fact that you're born white, no, it doesn't necessarily mean you're privileged. However, if you get charged with a crime, like the dudes that shot Ahmaud Arbery down in South Georgia, weren't charged initially, even after police actually seen the video, because the prosecutor personally knew their family. That's literally like immunity. That's an advantage that black people don't have. All the black people that have been shot unarmed by police, the police literally, most of them are white or non-black, have been granted immunity. They have an advantage because they're within law enforcement, and the judiciary system recognizes them as a part of the system as enforcers. So therefore they have an advantage. White people just not being charged with the same crimes that black people are. It's a special right. The fact that Dylan Roof was taken to jail and given Burger King before taken to jail, it's a special right. I don't know any niggas that did a drive-by or shot other gang members that got took into Chick-fil-A or Burger King or wherever, right? So yeah, I don't know what this fucking meathead is talking about. Now he goes on to say that privilege is having a phone bill that's paid for by citizens, and you don't know where the bill is. The only people that have Obama phones are crackheads or people on low income. That's not majority of black people. While black people are at the bottom economically, we're not entirely like underperforming to where we're damn near dependent on the state for everything. Most niggas I know actually scam to get food stamps. They don't really need them. They just play the system because the system plays itself. Most of the people I know that had an Obama phone actually had a job. They didn't need the fucking phone. They just scammed to get it. Now, you could be mad at that. But he also goes on to say that privilege is having $300 Dre headphone sets on and not being and having to go to a job and being able to protest because you ain't got to go to work. I don't know nobody that got Beats headphones that don't got a job. I know plenty of black people that got Beats headphones by Dr. Dre. They all got jobs. I don't know what the fuck he talking about. All the people I know that did any protesting, they all had jobs. They had to take off, so they did have to worry about like losing money because they were actually out protesting for a righteous cause. Like, it be people like this, white folks like this, that live in La La Land. They have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. It's like when you talk to them about welfare, they think that niggas get the links to welfare just because they black. It's like, no, you actually have to like you have to qualify for the shit. Or you gotta be a good scammer. I know a lot of black people that made money that got food stamps. They didn't need the food stamps, but they was gonna play the system. And white folks, when it comes to food stamps, they know how to play the system more than us. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? There was literally 100-person welfare food stamp ring. I want to say somewhere in Northeast America. If my memory escapes me, it's either New Jersey or Vermont, Maine, one of them bullshit ass states. The fuck you talking about? More white people get food stamps and welfare than black people. That's a statistical fact. You can look that up. The fact that this white man doesn't know that, and he's not saying black people or even brown people, but he's implying it. Like, we know he want to say it. He look racist. Let me just put that out there. The fact that he look racist and he's saying a whole bunch of uninformed shit. He wants to say black people, but he's scared of getting canceled, which I don't know what the fuck he does, nor do I care. All I know is he's plenty fucking wrong. Ain't no black people walking around with no $300 Dre head beats on and not going to work because they protesting. That's stupid. That don't even make sense. He's just making up shit. Because that's what's wrong with a lot of these, and I'm not gonna say Trumpers, but that's what's wrong with a lot of these like right-wing retards. They say stuff on social media because it sounds hot. I know a lot of white people would like to think that a bunch of niggas is on welfare. That's literally far from the truth. It's literally a bunch of y'all on welfare, and you think we're on welfare because I don't even know how this fucking mythos has stayed alive for so long. But since Ronald Reagan used the term welfare queen since the 80s, motherfuckers ran with that and is just associated that with black women, when it's actually white women that get food stamps more than anybody. So the welfare queen he's talking about is the frozen princesses out there, not us. In any event, if you like this episode, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'm out.